Hey everyone, John Hunter here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a short wave pattern here on gold. Looking for our entry here at 1154.7. First target's going to come off at 1154.1. It's going to be a little bit of a smaller target, but after that we're looking for a final target at 1152.5. We'll probably go to 0.7 or so, just to give it a little bit of a front run. So just kind of sitting on hands waiting for this one to trigger. Everything is looking really, really nice to the downside. It's just a matter of getting it going. This whole morning has been relatively slow. We started out with a big bang where we had this huge drop off on gold around 330. More around 320, and it just tanked. But since then, really haven't gone anywhere, and that's kind of the concern. So we're just looking for a little bit more follow through from these sellers in this case to push this back down to the lows following this pending strength that we had back here. No reason to suspect otherwise, just a matter of waiting for it to actually trigger. There we go. So entry 54.1 and final target again we'll go to 52.7, and then final target we're just going to stack up on the bottom because after that big push that we had down, we ended up getting stuck in this range. Right? Well, where's our target? Right at the range low. So we don't want to tempt fate by trying to force it to go through that low. That's going to be probably more trouble than it's worth. In this case, we're just looking to take profit conservatively right at the lows, and that should be good enough for the trade. But from our entry here, 54.7, down to the first target, looking for a small, quick little scalp, 6 ticks, 2 contracts off there, and then the final target coming off at 52.7, that locks in 20 more ticks. So overall, taking 2 off at 6, pretty easy there, 12, and then 2 off at 20, that's another 40 ticks, so 52 ticks possible on the downside. Really, the big part is just making sure that we get that first target filled. After that, it becomes pretty straightforward. Not too difficult after that first one, but the first one's really kind of the key. Just because it's been so whippy and so choppy, really don't want to get and kind of deal with any of that chop and slop that we've been seeing. So would like to see this go pretty quick if possible, but you know, the market's going to do what the market wants to do. So it's just a matter of waiting for it to go. So we'll give it a little bit of time here. You can see it's going pretty slow. And then we'll see if we can get that first target filled at 54.1. All right, seeing some selling pressure coming back in, coming into our target, and there we go, we got it filled. So, man alive, we are very slow this morning. We're taking our sweet time, that's for sure. So let's get our stop to break even. Because that target was such a close kind of target, we're only looking at 6 ticks, we want to make sure to give it as much room as possible. So if we were to get a reversal bar, it'd fire off right here at 54.9. So that's where we'll leave our stop for now. As we migrate our way lower, then we'll ratchet our stop until we get to break even. But we want to make sure that we give this thing some room. There we go. Now we can go to break even. Hey, the sellers want to jump back in. Perfect. So we're finally seeing some actual movement here. We've been sitting in this one for a little while now, going on 6-7 minutes, and you know, just waiting for that follow through, and it wasn't showing up at first. So right now we're looking good. We broke through the lows. All's well with the world at this point in time. Just waiting for that final press right down into that final target of 52.7. Once we get that one filled, then we'll be looking really good, and we can lock in our final target, and that'll lock in our $520 for us. Right now, we're still sitting up on $120 on the trade, so not upsetting by any means. Still a pretty solid trade, but waiting for that final push back down to those range lows. There is a good likelihood that they try to break these lows. You do have that low side at 52.4. There's a really good chance that when you fake out the highs, you're probably going to break through the lows, right? Especially if there's so much bearish strength. Then we're 1 tick away from our target. So there's a good chance that you could probably go for a little bit more of an aggressive target, but there's, again, not really a big sense in tempting fate on that one. We're much happier just taking a conservative target, calling it good. In this case, you can see you would have been able to easily get more out of it, but again, in the long run, conservative usually pays a little bit better. So overall, we got our 20-tick target filled. A nice little burst down there. Beautiful move. Just took a little bit of time for it to get going. So $520 on the trade, 52 ticks. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.